What's up, family? Thank you so much for tuning in to Free World TV. And as always, I got some clips for y'all to see. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about what the fuck happened to tipping culture. What the fuck gave these servers and people who rely on tips, who gave them the audacity to just demand tips? Did I miss something? I do not understand why these people are feeling this comfortable to demand tips. I do not get it. So I'm going to show y'all a couple of clips and then we're going to talk about it. Because in some ways I do understand. Some ways I do understand. But we're going to talk about it. So our first clip, we're going to take a look.
Hello.
Ignore. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's
it.
okay. It's okay because it's okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Okay. So this bitch jumped to conclusions. Because she didn't see a tip on an app, she assumed she wasn't going to get a tip, so she left this woman a note. And this is what scares me about these type of services, DoorDash and things like that. If you don't get a tip, they might do something to your fucking food. That's why I do not order from DoorDash anymore. For one, it's very, very expensive to order. A lot of these young kids, all they do is order from DoorDash. They don't give a fuck. But I worry about something happening to my food just because a motherfucker don't think they're getting tipped. You know, these people, people are starting to feel entitled to your tips. Are we supposed to give tips or is that a choice? I missed the memo or something. Because this is ridiculous, especially as a certified tip giver. Some of these people are making me not want to tip anymore. And I religiously tip. I'm a religious tipper. I feel horrible if I don't tip. I don't care how bad the service is. I'm tipping. That's just me. So we got another one we're gonna
Yes.
look at here.
I was right here.
Thank you.
Okay. So
What?
not so on the app there was no tip. So I thought maybe sometimes some people like to give tips in cash. So
No, I'd already paid for my food, so I thought that included your.
no, on the app it's $2. They pay us to deliver, and then everything else is tip. We're a service business, so everything is tip.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay, here. This would make me so uncomfortable. Why the fuck you getting out the car? And then you clearly said some people like to tip. Some people like to tip. Not all. Like you are not obligated to a tip from somebody. You're not. If you chose this profession, you need to understand that there's a huge possibility you will not get a tip. This is really getting under my skin the way a lot of these people are acting over tips. I remember last year I went to this place in Bloomington called Dops. Love the place. I think it's like a Jamaican place. They got some really good food. And I've went there plenty of times before. And this last time I went there, which was last year, and I haven't been back since because it was different. It was I was ordering my food or whatever, and the lady, you know, I never I never knew it was a thing to tip the people at the counter who's taking your order. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. They got it set up into their system. So I remember ordering my food, and then I was getting ready to pay for the food. The lady was like, if you want a tip, you can click here and it'll tip directly to me. And if you click here, it'll tip to the, and it was like the energy she gave was like she demanded a tip, and I didn't like that. I'm like, what? Like, when did people start begging for tips and feeling obligated? And then when a tip wasn't given, you can see her demeanor change. She got an attitude. And it's like, see, now y'all making me not want to tip. As a certified tipster, y'all making me not want to tip. This is ridiculous. I do not like this at all. I do not like it. It's ridiculous. It's making people who love to tip, who make it their business to tip, it's making people like us not want to tip. This is ridiculous.
Like $45 for the food though. I understand, bro, but I don't get paid the $45 from the thing, bro. You didn't tip me, bro. That's the only way I get fucking paid. I got a family to feed. But listen, that's not our problem. We paid you the $45, bro. That's not the point. That's not, bro. Brother to another brother, bro. I should have got a tip. Don't order food if you're not gonna. You can't expect a tip though, bro. If you take the job, it's the job. I done drove 30 fucking minutes to get here, bro.
Okay. I understand. Sometimes you drive far and things like that. I've DoorDashed before, and I did Instacart. And I never really expected a tip. I'm just not taking certain orders. When I DoorDash, I'm not taking no orders under $7. I'm not taking no orders under $7. And that's just how I operate it. But this fella just said, I got a family to feed. If you got a family to feed, get a different job. Get a job that don't rely on tips. How are y'all getting yourselves in these type of jobs and you're demanding tips from people? Sometimes you're just not gonna get tips. Why are y'all making people feel bad for not tipping? I don't get it. This is ridiculous to me. And I feel like this one might be a skit. I'm not sure. So, but even if it was real, ain't nobody obligated to tip y'all. Stop demanding tips and then getting an attitude. That attitude ain't gonna get you no fucking where. But a horrible rest of your motherfucking day. So, again, stop demanding tips. Stop demanding tips.
I saw this post about black people not tipping, and as a black male who served tables for 3 years, I can honestly say that post is not a lie, bro. Black people don't tip, bro. Like, when I started off, I tried to give everybody the same service and take care of people the same way and expect the same thing from everybody, regardless of race. Just because I'm like, bro, I don't know. I can't judge somebody off of first glance. But after constantly not getting tipped after giving great service, and I know everybody think they gave great service. I used to give great service when I was an amazing server. And after constantly giving great service and getting stiffed every single time from black people, I'm not going to lie just because I'm black and say black people tip. One time I had a party of 31 and got $8 that I served by myself. I got $8 out of that table. From then on, bro, that showed me black people don't tip. And it's because most black people don't grow up with people around them who tip. I didn't see my parents tip ever. I didn't learn about tipping until I started serving. So that's just what it is, bro. You can't deny, you can't hate on it. That's just the facts, bro. Most of the time, black people do not tip, especially if you're another black person.
Okay. And with this brother, I can understand where he's coming from because I've seen it myself. I've been to restaurants with people who are rude to the servers, and I do not like that. I will never, if I go to a restaurant with you and I see that you are being very rude to the server, I will never go to a restaurant with you again. It makes me very uncomfortable, and nobody deserves to be treated that way. I've been with people who would treat them a certain way like they're scum. You want to be above somebody so fucking bad. Like, it's ridiculous. I do not like that. And I've definitely seen it with my own eyes. I've also eaten with people who will look for anything just so they don't have to tip. Oh, they forgot the napkins. They ain't getting the tip. See, and it's just like, I don't know. I just operate differently. I've always been a tipper, and I do not tip less than $10. $10 is the minimum I tip. And I might sound like a coon when I explain this, but I've been at a restaurant and I've been treated a certain way. Like a lot of people do believe that black people don't tip, and I understand why. I've seen majority of people I've eaten with who were black, they don't tip. I totally understand. And because we don't tip, I feel like that's why I tip. Because there was a time where I had a bad experience. Not really a bad experience, but I can tell that my server was like, she was so over it. And the fact that she was so over it, it made the service not, it didn't feel good to me. It made me feel weird. It's like, I don't know, like, maybe she not getting tips. Maybe she's not getting tips. I feel like servers should always have happy attitudes, because your attitude has a lot to do with what I'm putting in my body. And if your energy is low and you carrying my food, you bringing that energy into my food. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting that into my body. So like I look at everything in a spiritual way. So, like I said, I might sound like a coon when I say this, but the reason that I tip is because I know a lot of people do not believe black people tip. So a lot of times when I go to restaurants, I automatically assume that this person automatically think that I'm not going to tip because I'm a black person. They already got in their mind that I'm not going to tip. And so at the end of the service or whatever, no matter what type of service it, if it's really, really, really bad, and I'm definitely not tipping, but I understand, even though I've never been a server, I kind of understand what they go through. But I still don't think y'all should demand tips, because it makes people like me not want to tip, and I'm a certified tipper. I always tip. So I tip because, like I said, when people see me, I automatically assume that their assumption of me is I'm not going to tip. So at the end of them serving me, I always give them a $10 tip. So when they come back and see that they got a $10 tip in cash, they will, if they gave me horrible service based off what they thought in their mind, they're going to feel guilty. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to make them treat the next black customers with more respect. It's going to put a smile on their face. It's going to make them feel good. It's going to jolt them up into a way to want to serve the next black people. It's going to make them think, okay, not all black people are like that. When they see my tip, I know that they're going to check themselves if they were thinking I wasn't going to tip. They're automatically going to feel guilty for thinking what they thought about me at the beginning. They're going to feel guilty, and they're going to change the way they think in that moment and be like, okay, I need to stop thinking like this. Not all black people. And so the next black customers that come in, they're going to get treated well because of my tip. That's why I tip. And it just is what it is. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. And now that this tipping culture is turned into force tipping. It's like they're forcing you to tip. They make you feel bad for not tipping. They make you feel like, oh, you're going to do something to their food if you don't tip. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, now I don't want to tip. And I'm still going to tip because the few bad apples ain't going to fuck it up for the others. But I'm still like, my tipping may not be powerful, but I believe it's way powerful than people may believe. Than you may believe. It's very, very powerful. It's like a ripple effect. My tip is going to, I don't know, that's why I tip. So everybody can get good service. I know that if I come into a restaurant and a waiter just had a horrible set of people that he or she had to wait on, and they didn't get a tip, then I know my tip is going to lift them up at the end of the day. And it's going to lift them up to the point that, hey, not all people are bad tippers. Some people do tip. It's going to make them, it's going to make them think like that. So that is why I tip. So I have one more video that I do want to show y'all real quick because it was kind of funny to me. Like,
you want to leave a tip? No? I can't,
Wow. The audacity. This was so funny to me because this woman came up expecting the tip. You're going to leave a tip? She already like, if I don't get a tip, I'm changing the vibe. She said, you want to leave a tip? The guy says no or whatever. And so she just bitch, that ain't finna hurt me. That ain't finna make me mad. And then she sit the soda on the ground like, honey, it be people like who the fuck do y'all think y'all are that y'all can demand tips from people? You chose this profession, and I understand it, but you can't expect every human being to tip. Some people don't believe in tipping. And that's the thing. You got to go into these fields. You have to go into these fields with the expectation that not everybody will tip. Most people will not tip. I think majority of people should know that. And a lot of times it be these people that be mad at at tipping are the same ones who don't tip themselves. It's ridiculous. It's very contradicting. So I don't know. I think tipping culture has gotten way worse, and it's turned into forced tipping. And these people, these servers, and these establishments are making people feel bad for not tipping. To the point it's got people thinking that if I don't tip, they might do something to my food. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I do not know. This is crazy. But what do y'all think? How do y'all feel about the tipping culture today? Because I think it's horrible. It's not going to stop me from tipping, but I think it's horrible. It's definitely gotten out of hand. People are very entitled. You are not obligated to anybody's tip. Okay? If you rely on tips and you feel like you have to demand tips, that's the wrong job for you, honey. You went into serving knowing you get paid $2.15 an hour. Why the fuck would you go into that? That's just how I feel. Please explain. I understand things are hard these days. It's hard for everybody. Sometimes I want to take my last $15 and go out to eat. And I want to sit in the establishment. I ain't going to say me because I'm never going to go to no fucking establishment with my last few dollars. But there are some people who want to spend their last couple of dollars at a restaurant and eat because they stress the fuck out. Y'all don't know what these people are going through. Y'all don't know if these people got. And then some of y'all say, don't come. Bitch, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't do? I hope some of y'all realize now that if you don't tip, something might get done to your food. You know, so I don't know how we can change the way the tipping culture has gotten. The only way I say we could change it is stop going to these establishments who's demanding the tips. I feel like a person who's not demanding tips, I want to give them more. I want to give them more. Just because you're not demanding, you don't give off that energy. A lot of people, they be giving off that energy. Like, ugh, that's disgusting to me. But anyway, Tell me what y'all think. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to Free World TV. And as I always say, through every struggle, a statement is made. It's your girl Free, and I'm out.